Plus Americans who have no health care coverage, the relief they need, the 6.5 million who are willing to fork over money, $3 billion worth to the IRS rather than get simple Obamacare coverage, where they did they not expect this president to go ahead and do what he said he was going to do?
You got to allow me to ask some questions here. I want to ask you about one more question on the administration, then we'll move on to health care. This week, the president continued to attack his Attorney General, Jeff Sessions. And when he was asked whether or not he's going to keep Sessions in his job or fire him, here was his answer.
I'm very disappointed with the Attorney General, but we will see what happens. Time will tell. Time will tell.
Does the president want Sessions to continue as Attorney General, or, as has been suggested, is he considering him moving over to General Kelly as the Secretary of Homeland Security?
Again, that's a personnel question that only the president can answer. So just on Friday, Thursday and Friday, you had Attorney General Sessions in El Salvador and you had President Trump on Long Island, both working toward the same goal, which is to stop these vile groups, these MS-13 gangs, who are murdering innocent Americans and bringing drugs and violence into our communities.
I understand
so you saw
that.
the President and the Attorney General working at the same time. Well, he's working.
No, but I understand he's working. The question is he considering him moving over, if the immigration part of this is so important, to be the Secretary of Homeland Security?
I won't comment on that, but I will tell you that the president has expressed frustration about the recusal. So much has flowed from that recusal, and so much of President Trump's agenda flows from the Department of Justice. Many of the primary issues in the program he won successfully on go through the Department of Justice. And look at what's happened with this ridiculous Russian collusion delusion. You see all these journalists who built entire TV sets and lower thirds and screaming graphics and breathless coverage now slinking away this week, Chris, from the Russian collusion coverage. Why? Because you have everybody from Jared Kushner giving his meeting with the House and the Senate and giving his public statement. You have no there whatsoever. It's completely vague. We were promised the next Watergate. We don't even have water polo. We don't have a watermelon. It's so ridiculous. And the only thing I can see happening with Russia right now is this fusion GPS matter. The Senate witness who said everybody should go look over there at what's happened, somebody being paid by the Russians to compile a damaging dossier on Donald Trump, again, filled with falsities and lies. Do you know how much time has been wasted away from the victims of Obamacare, away from the working men and the working women, and onto Russia?